So my form should be always in form tag, open and end or close tag, and I can use field set to give a better look to my form, and I really love it. And I can have legend to give title to my form. Then I can use input for creating various form elements like text box and buttons. I can use input tag, select tag for a drop down list or checkbox list. And in the items and in the list I can add the items as options, and text area for text area where normally I give address. So let us see, I have created a form and let us see how it looks. So this is the form that I have already created, and we will try to understand how to create this beautiful form. You can see this is the text boxes. This is your normal text box, and this is your password text box which shows star. And you have radio button as gender. If I select male, then female will be in unselected form. If I select female, then this will be in unselected. So these two radio buttons are mutually exclusive buttons. This is my text area where I can give address. This is my drop down list. Basically I can select one value from this list, and this is my list box. And the difference between these two is, in this I can select multiple values with pressing control. So I can select 3 values, or I can select 2 values, that is C and C sharp. And I have a file upload control as well. I can upload file and a checkbox. Basically I have a submit button which submits this form to the server. So you can see a page reload has submitted the form to the server. And I also have a reset button that will reset this form to initial values. Now you won't see ME, you won't see M as selected if I click on reset. So we will see how to create this form. See, basically in this form we have a legend, we have a field set tag. You see this frame is achieved with the help of field set tag. This title I can write it in legend tag. And if you see, this is a table with 2 columns. One column is on left, another column is on right, and rows 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 rows, and 50% width is for left and 50% width is for right. So I have designed this form with the help of table. Now let us try to design this from scratch, but as we have already learned tables, so I have a table already designed for this. So I have added a separate page called as registration, and in this I have added a table. So I have added a table whose width is 100%, and I have added multiple rows 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. As I told you, there are 9 rows. In first row I have 2 columns. First column I have text, that's it, name and a colon. In next column I need text box for name. Now let me execute this and see how it looks. So it looks something like this. There is text, that's it, a table with text, there is nothing else. So first of all, let us try to have legend, or you can say field set tag. In this field set I should have legend. In this legend I'll say register here, and my field set will surround complete table. Now you can see that my complete table is inside the field set tag, and above the table you have legend. Now let me save this and let me say F5 and refresh this to see I get a beautiful field set. Now I need a text box for name, so I'll add text box here. So it is nothing but simple input tag type equals to text. That's it. Let me save this and say F5. So I get a text box, beautiful text box. In the same way, if I need password, so same, I'll use input type equals to password. That's it. Save this and let us see whether we get password text box. Yes, and this is a normal text box. Then we have gender, that means we need radio button list. So I'll be using same input type equals to radio, and here I'll say male, and I need another radio button. I'll copy this. Here I'll say F as female. Let me save and say F5. So I get gender male, female. Oh, so if you see that it has selected both the genders, so it should not, it should select at any one. So I need to make it mutually exclusive. So for that I need to add one property or attribute, that is name attribute. Name equals to, I'll say G as gender. Both of them I should give the same name, equals to G. Now in this group of name, it will select at least one. So now it has become mutually exclusive. So if you have more radio buttons, you can write more, add more input tags and give the same name as G. For address I need text area, so I'll say input, so I'll use text area. That's it. If you want some content by default, you can write in between opening and closing tag, and here you can give number of rows. Rows equals to say 6. So by default it should show 6 rows. A text area of 6 rows, 1 2 3 4 5 6. If you want to decrease its width, you can decrease number of rows, and you have runtime and you have facility to expand or reduce this, but you cannot reduce it less than 6. So that is the fixed length. So we have given 6 rows as fixed length. For qualifications we need drop down list. So qualifications requires drop down list. So here I'll just go for select tag. So inside select tag we need options, go for option, and here I'll say BTech, and the value for this option is 1. Now why is that I'm giving value? What is its important? What is its use? You'll understand once you learn ASP.NET. So in short, I'll give some idea. Normally what we do, we store these values in database. So in database, BTech should be associated with an ID. So 1 will be ID for the BTech. So if I say 1, so it is BTech. If I say 2, it is MTech. So in this way you can have multiple options. So I'll just copy options from here. So here I have all the other options. First option, let it be select. So normally what we do, we go for the first option as select. Now I'll just say F5, so I get a beautiful drop down list. Now for skills I need checkbox list, so multiple select. Now what I will do, I'll simply copy same drop down list, So I need the same thing. Now instead of these options I need separate options. So I'll just copy options from here, select options. Now let me save this. Now if I say F5, you find another drop down list, but I don't want it to be a drop down list. I want it to be a list box. So I need to add an attribute to this select tag, that is multiple equals to multiple. That's it. So it should allow me to select multiple items. Now it becomes list box. I can press Ctrl and select multiple. Next is resume. For resume I need file upload control. So again it is same, input type equals to file. Now it will give file upload control. So I get file upload control. This is fine. Finally I need a checkbox. I agree all terms and conditions. So here I need a checkbox. So checkbox is again input tag with type equals to checkbox. So I get, now I should get a full-fledged form. I get a checkbox as well. Next I need a reset button. So same, I will be using input type equals to reset. So this is reset button. And finally I need a submit button as well. So input type equals to submit. Now I'll say save, Control F5. Now I get a reset button and submit button. If you want to give different values, instead of reset you want to say cancel, and instead of submit you want to say save, you can change the text as well. So to change the text you need to say value equals to cancel and here you need to say value equals to save. Now I get a cancel and save button. Now this should work as a reset. So nothing is happening here. It is not reloading the form or resetting the form. Save should make a post back or reload the page. Nothing is happening. So it is not, so it is looking like a form, but it is not technically a form. So I hope if you remember, here I said we need a form tag to make it a form. So we haven't used form tag anywhere till now. So what I need to do, I need to wrap this field set, the complete thing, into a form tag. Now it is technically a form. F5. Now if I select something, it should reset. See that it is resetting. If I say save, it should make a post back. You see a question mark here. That means it is making a post back. And you see page reload as well. So the difference between this and the difference between this is that this will not make a post back. That means this will not make the page to reload. You see that, just it will reset the values. That means it is not sending the request, whereas this will send the request. You will find page reload here. So this is sending the request. So this is the difference between submit button and reset button. It will send the request and reset the form. So that's it. This is all about your HTML. So this knowledge is enough for you to get started with your ASP.NET. In our next video, in our next lecture, or in the next section, we will start CSS, giving some better look and feel to our forms or our pages. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much.